What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Rest Hold Podcast, episode number 44. Brought to you, as always, by your boys Tanner Fred and me, Zach Foreman. Tanner, say what's up to the people.
What's going on, everybody? Thank everyone that tuned in last week.
Yeah, good
Better turnout than we do normally, so
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Growing.
If you guys are new here, consider liking and subscribing.
Yeah.
Weekly podcasts, kind of weekly mini podcasts.
Yeah, we do some special episodes, like
Yeah.
tier list, other rankings, things like that. Just something interesting,
like
some
more
fun.
Yeah, it's a little more interactive content.
Yeah.
Try to do those on weeks that there's not a pay-per-view coming up or was just a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So like 3 weeks in a row, then a break, 3 weeks in a row, that kind of stuff. But like, subscribe. Links to all our socials are in the description of the video.
Yep.
Go ahead and check that out.
And if you're already listening on Apple, Podcasts
Apple
or
Podcast,
Spotify,
head over to YouTube. Throw a subscribe.
yeah,
You know.
show some love to the fellas.
Yes.
We're doing our best here. We're trying to bring you guys some entertaining content, talk a little wrestling, talk shop, as we love to do. So let's get
go right into it. Big news.
Yeah.
Could mean a
Huge
lot
news.
of things.
So I'm wearing the SmackDown brand shirt here for the funeral of SmackDown.
Yes.
This is the death of SmackDown.
SmackDown is in a really rough state.
And if I'm Fox and I just gave you Billy,
Not happy.
I am not very
Not happy.
pleased.
For those who don't know what we're alluding to, Roman Reigns has recently signed a new contract with WWE that he will be working less live shows, less TV events was the word used. Now, what does that mean?
Right. Could it mean
The rumor mill is he's taking the summer off.
which is brutal
Horrible.
because
Very, very bad.
as the stars would align, Charlotte is also taking the summer off.
Looks like Charlotte is getting ready to get married or whatever the reason is, but whether it's kayfabe or not, the reason is her broken wrist. So that's at least 2 months.
So we're missing, just on a surface level, without getting too into it, we're missing the top guy in the company and the top woman in the company. At least
For
the third.
Probably the most important stretch of pay-per-views you have.
Yeah, your second biggest
Other
pay-per-view.
than the Rumble to Mania.
Yeah.
So, word on the street is that Hell in a Cell is his last one.
Yeah.
But I don't know how that works. It can't be Hell in a Cell. I feel like it has to be Money in the Bank.
So we're doing what everyone does, right? Everybody's like, well, what does this mean? Is Roman not working? Is he doing this? He's doing that? For all we know, he's doing normal stuff on SmackDown, and then he's just not.
Or he's just going to miss a SmackDown every once in a while.
And do like a vignette, a pre-recorded segment. Whatever. Doesn't matter. But it kind of makes sense if he does Hell in a Cell, and then you break, and your Money in the Bank winner can start a feud, like, I'm coming for one of those belts. Like, oh, Roman's not here. He doesn't even care about the company when I'm champion.
Yeah.
As soon as he's back, when I cash in, like,
Depends on who wins.
right, not Madcap.
Not Madcap. I know that was talks. There was talks for somebody else before. Boogs before he got hurt.
Yep.
And I know that we talk a lot about Money in the Bank, Royal Rumble should be to push new stars.
Right.
But they have to be ready. And I like Boogs a lot. I like Madcap even more. Not ready to carry a brand.
And I think this year is a little bit of a special case, right?
Yes.
Because normally you have two champions.
Yes.
And there's always one who's better than the other. Of
course.
There's always.
Yeah, there always just has to be that way.
It just is the nature of WWE. But today, as we live and breathe, there's one tribal chief. You have to be ready for whoever wins Money in the Bank. If they don't make people lose Money in the Bank often.
No.
Corbin. Like,
Corbin's one.
yeah.
I think one other person has, but I can't remember who it was.
Drawing a blank on it. But your next champion tends to be your Money in the Bank winner.
Cena's the other one.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Because he cashed in ahead of time.
Yeah. So you need somebody good this year.
But here's the thing.
Because
it's not even just about...
A new star isn't dethroning Roman.
That's what it is.
Because
it's
you're
not
making him the next top
That's
guy.
the thing about this particular year is it's not just about you have to be ready to be champion.
Yeah.
You have to be ready to be the champion.
Yeah.
And you have to be ready to be the guy that beat maybe the best champion of all time.
Yeah. And I know for those of you who are new here or, maybe just returning after a couple weeks, whatever it is. I have been making the case that Roman is the greatest champion of all time. I think, and like you might not love the guy, but the run has been the greatest run of all time.
Yeah.
And you're going to have somebody who wins Money in the Bank needs to end this run. And granted, it's going to be for one title. They're going to
split them.
You're going to cash in on one title, especially if Roman's not going to be around.
Yeah.
Right? So you're not going to have no champion on TV.
Yeah.
But you're becoming the guy.
Yeah.
Roman hasn't been pinned clean since he's been champion.
No.
He hasn't been pinned.
He has not been pinned.
Yeah, he has not been pinned since he's been champion.
Since he came back at Payback 2021.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
A phenomenal run.
I don't know what they're going to do.
Who's going to pin Roman?
They have to pin Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. You have to pin Roman Reigns. And right now, it's one of 4 people in my head.
Let me think about it. Let me see if I can get him.
Okay.
Cody?
Yes.
I think that's the obvious one.
I think Cody's probably the top of the list for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I think it makes the most sense because I think the belt that Roman will drop
is the World Heavyweight.
Will be WWE Championship.
Oh, yeah. Not Universal.
Not the Universal. I think he'll keep the Universal. Because I want to think... Because they know that, like... Whether it's kind of crap, I'm just going to put it out there, the Bruno Sammartino stuff, like it's stupid. Like they should just wipe it from the books to begin with because we wrestled 5 guys for 10 years.
Yeah.
But they're never going to break that record.
Yeah.
And they want Roman to have probably the longest reigning other championship forever.
Yeah.
Or until someone else comes around or something.
So you can do the Universal.
The Universal, he'll keep probably for 700, 800 days.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Cody's probably top of the list for most people.
Then what do you think? Drew
is one of the other 4.
This is where it gets tricky because it's really those 2 for me right now. But then this is a reach, obviously, and I don't think it'll happen. So I don't think this is on your list, but maybe a Brock return.
Brock was not on my list.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense. The story's not there.
But you know how they go.
It's possible with Brock. I really hope not because I feel like you're just running to the same problem, and then you just destroyed in a year of feud.
Oh, absolutely. But
it was not Brock, but
Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley was the 3rd, and there's one more. It's right in front of your face. You're missing it.
It can't be Seth.
Yeah, I have Seth.
Okay. I wasn't going Seth because of how he's been feuding with Cody.
But if he wins Money in the Bank.
He'll be fine.
There's still the story of Seth and Roman where when it comes to a championship match, Roman can't beat him. He can't get you, okay?
Sneeze. Get me.
He can't get him. Yeah. He can't get over on him. So that story's still there, and it's something WWE addresses. They know it's there. They know they have that in the back pocket. And if Roman's going to step away, what better time to have Seth get him one more time, you know?
And this may be even too long term or whatever, but the climb back to the top for when Roman does.
When Roman eventually loses both titles, it's going to be. We think this run is good. Yeah. Him climbing back might be the greatest run the world has ever seen.
Yeah, if they do it right.
If they do it right.
Where they don't just force him to go title drop.
If they actually make him climb his way back, it's going to be unbelievable.
Yeah, could be great.
Yeah.
And then I think another one that we might have missed, and maybe if the story's there or whatever, Randy. I think Randy
is probably the other one, just because he's Randy.
Yeah.
And it's like, if we're going to need to put a belt on someone, it's a good guy to have.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think they're too high on RK Bro.
Yeah.
And I don't think they want them to drop the belts. The only way they could do it is if they drop them to the Usos, and because of Roman or whatever, and then you have Randy and Roman at whatever the next pay-per-view is.
Yep. That and I think the inevitable Randy versus Riddle match that will come at some point.
At some point.
Will be for a title.
I think they've earned it.
Yeah. So they'll split up. One of them will be successful.
Or even if they don't, it doesn't even have to be like a heel split up either. You could just be like,
split up.
Yeah, let's move on, and then Riddle's like, or probably Randy would be the belt holder, and Riddle's like, hey, I want a shot, and then there you go. But I don't know. But yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do.
Right. So I brought in the show saying it's the death of SmackDown, right? The funeral. That wasn't just because of Roman and Charlotte, though.
Yeah.
Those are 2 major losses. But now look who your champions are, right? You have the Usos. Okay, that's still the bloodline, still a little bit of the presence.
Usos are still damn good and still the best tag team in WWE.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ronda.
Ronda.
Can't cut a promo to save her soul. So her segments are going to be 12 seconds.
Yeah.
What are you doing to fill that, right? Mm-hmm. Who's your Intercontinental Champion over
Ricochet.
there? Ricochet.
Can't cut a promo
to save his soul.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? 12 seconds.
Yeah.
He'll wrestle. He'll put on a 20-minute, 25-minute phenomenal match. Yeah. But you're not going to do that every week.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? The returns. Alexa Bliss returned.
Raw.
Lacey Evans returned.
Raw.
Was on SmackDown. Decided immediately Raw.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Asuka. Raw.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're gonna have to push Gunther hard.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to really push that whole Sheamus faction hard.
But
you're gonna have to push Raquel hard.
I hear you. What other 3-way faction or even individual tag team is facing off with them?
Yeah.
And then you got Ciampa, Raw.
Yeah.
They're planning a draft. They announced
There's a draft coming up?
September. You're not getting through the summer without Roman, without Charlotte, with all these call-ups and returns all going to Raw. You're not.
I think after In Your House, if they're smart, after NXT In Your House,
Yeah.
Carmelo loses to Cameron Grimes, bring him.
Yep.
Bring him and Trick.
SmackDown. Gotta.
Have Joe Gacy win the belt. Bring up Braun.
SmackDown. You have to.
I think you have... I would do this. They're not gonna have Tony beat Santos. Bring up Legato. All of them.
Yeah.
Every single one. Just bring them all up.
It's just
like... then bring them right into Sheamus.
Yeah.
That's fine.
You're 3-person.
Do Breaker and Gunther, Breaker and Ricochet, whatever you want to do with that. Mm-hmm. Raquel is good. Who was the other one I said? Oh, Mello and Ricochet would put on insane matches.
Yep.
But you need some kind of help. And I'm okay with SmackDown kind of being like that transition brand of like we bring up a lot of these new, fresh talent. Mm. Especially because like for people, Raw is, it's funny. Like if you look at Raw and SmackDown, like Raw is WWE where like SmackDown's AEW. Where like if you're a casual fan or someone that's not really into wrestling, if somebody says Monday Night Raw, you know what it is. You know it's WWE, you know whatever. Somebody says SmackDown, might not click the same way.
I don't know. See, the only reason I don't know that is because like SmackDown was made for The Rock, and like if you know The Rock,
I know what you're saying.
But,
like, I have plenty of friends that don't watch wrestling that know what Raw is, and then like, what's the other one?
Yeah.
Like just the name Raw, it's been around for so long, and also like it's been Mondays at 8 for 25
it's always
years.
Monday Night Raw. It's not Tuesdays, not Thursdays, now
SmackDown's
Fridays.
SmackDown's been all over the board. Mm-hmm. So like everyone knows Monday Night Raw is 8 o'clock on USA.
Yeah.
Before I was alive.
Yeah. And I agree that if they were going to make that pivot, right, where it's going to be like, we're going to use SmackDown kind of like how we used to use like Saturday Night Velocity, Sunday Night Heat.
They've kind of been moving that way. Yeah. Like a lot of the call-ups have been straight to SmackDown. Like Ciampa's really the only one that went to Raw.
Ciampa's so ready.
He's been around for such a long time. And he's been on the main roster before. People forget that.
You're not going to make Fox happy. And that's where I think like they're going to...
Depends on how you do it.
Yeah, I guess.
If it's done right, you can.
It's just like it's a tough pivot to make too. It's a tough transition because your top guy is Roman Reigns. It's Roman Reigns, and then it's actually a pretty substantial drop off.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Like the next level, the next tier is Cody, Seth, Drew.
Yeah,
probably.
Much. Yeah, and I would put Kevin Owens in there personally.
Oh yeah, Kevin Owens and maybe Bobby.
Yeah,
maybe Bobby.
Bobby doesn't have the same kind of draw power as a lot of the other guys. But Bobby's still damn good.
Yeah, but if Roman's there still. That's still supposed to be the show.
That's the show, yeah.
So it's a tough transition to make.
Yeah.
But it's probably the right move. It's probably the right move because the tag division is struggling. It's struggling.
Horrible.
Yeah. It's really struggling. Just make it one tag division.
Yeah.
Make them all go to Raw. Or just pick something and go with it.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it.
I think that's a lot of the issues they have is like just make a decision.
Yeah.
Just do something. Mm-hmm. So, we'll see what happens. The women's tag division's a joke.
It's a joke.
And it's not even disrespectful to them.
There's one tag team.
Yeah.
And then they threw together Natalya and Shayna Baszler.
Well, they've kind of been, like, Nikki ASH and Doudrop is something.
Together. That's a tag team, I guess.
Like, I hate it because, like, it's time to get rid of those belts. And we've said on the show plenty of times.
Women's mid-card belt.
Women's mid-card belt would be fantastic. It would be so good for so many women on the show. And even, like, I know my idea would never happen because they would never do it. But, like, make it like if you hold it for this long. You have to defend it weekly. And if you hold it for this long, you get a title shot.
Exactly.
Make it mean something.
Exactly.
But,
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
SmackDown is struggling.
I mean, we give them a hard time, but they find a way. At the end of the day, they find a way.
They do find a way, but it's borderline unwatchable.
It's getting tough to watch.
And without Charlotte, without Roman, it's going to be close.
It's a tough sell. It's a very tough sell.
I could be out on Friday night with my friends and just read the recap.
And then record it, read the recap, and then watch the thing that matters.
Yeah. Or when Roman's on, I got to see what happens because he's opening the show. He's at the hour mark.
And he's closing the show.
Yeah. I don't know. Not to belabor that point too much. Yeah. Some other outside the ring news. Drew McIntyre pushing for the European title to come back.
Really?
That would help.
No.
You don't think so?
I completely disagree.
You don't think that helps at all?
How would it help?
With Roman gone, you unified the titles. You get someone else out there working. Maybe make it the workhorse
because
title. I don't know.
I don't think that's the issue because I think you're just going to fall into the same exact pitfalls you already have.
Yeah.
Instead of doing that, just elevate the titles you already have. Yeah. Make the IC and US mean something.
Well, the US is being booked properly. And that's because they like Theory. So they get behind Theory. I don't know what they're doing with the IC.
No idea. It's like, look at the people that held that belt. Like and it's not Ricochet's fault.
No.
And when I talk about it like this, it's not
Ricochet's fault
to slander Ricochet, but it's disrespectful the way it's being treated.
The belt is being treated like the 24/7 title.
Literally, the 24/7 title gets more TV time than the IC belt.
Yeah.
That's insane. That is horrible.
We're the hour mark at Raw.
Yeah.
For a double wedding.
Yeah. That was the main event, wasn't it?
Was the main event the double wedding?
I think it was the main event of Raw.
Yikes.
Yeah,
Yeah, so, I don't know. I think Drew really just keeps pushing this European thing. He wants the tour. He wants to fight for the belt over there.
Yeah, that's cool, and I think that's I think if they did it like they did the $1 million belt, where it's kind of like a one-off belt, that would be really cool. Have him and, Gunther fight for it, or him and Sheamus, or something like that.
You have the guys, right? If you want,
you definitely have the European talent for it. I think that would be a cool little thing to do once or twice.
But
I don't think that's a sustainable fix.
They should just do it like a cup across when they go to that stadium.
That'd be cool. That's instead of the trophy, you get the belt for a little bit. That'd be cool. That'd be interesting.
The reigning, defending, and then if every time you go,
it's like the King of the Ring, but the belt. That'd be cool. I would like that. That'd be interesting.
That's not terrible.
No, I don't hate that.
I think that kind of wraps up outside the ring.
I think so.
Got anything else? CM Punk still being CM Punk.
Yeah, the usual.
Beefing with Eric Bischoff, whatever.
Whatever.
I
think that's it.
AEW Rampage probably going to get cut off TV soon.
Well. Yeah, their numbers are struggling. Whether you like it or not.
They get moved around. I get it. It's not fair.
And
you can't judge it like that.
SmackDown does the same.
Yeah.
Whenever stuff, they get moved to FS1, so we're not going to judge that aspect.
Yeah.
But when you have your normal time slot and you're doing the worst thing you've done in a year,
it's tough.
It's not a great look.
It's tough.
It's not a very good look. Shout out Kenny Omega for not being a mark.
Oh my goodness! If you guys haven't seen
having
this,
a brain.
So obviously a couple months back or whatever, the Pro Wrestling Insider ratings came out. Kenny was 1, Roman was 2.
Yeah.
Somehow, I guess because Backlash happens, everyone online goes crazy, and somebody tweets at Kenny Roman Reigns couldn't last 5 minutes in the ring with you. And then Kenny, with a classic response, just not getting into it, goes, "I'm sure Roman could last 5 minutes in the ring with me." I feel like the hate is strictly from the fans online.
Yeah.
These guys know that it's a business. These guys probably get along.
Most of them probably
And then you got guys like Roman or whatever who probably don't really talk to Kenny.
Yeah.
They have no issue with each other.
Yeah.
They're just he's doing good work.
He's the champ over there. Yeah, that's it. And that's it. That's literally all it is.
So it's when you see these people online going crazy, that's not how it is.
No, it's not.
And you see it at live shows too. We talked about it briefly when we were at MSG.
Yeah.
It's people are "Yo, did you watch that?" No. And they're "Huh. All right." Or did you watch it? Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was sick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most people that you interact with don't care if you do or don't watch one of the shows.
Yeah.
If you're I'm an AEW fan, but I live in New York and
I wanted to see wrestling.
Wrestling was here. Cool, sick, bro.
Cool.
Most people don't care.
Most people.
The internet is very much a loud minority, and you should address it and go into it as such, knowing that.
Yeah.
So just understand that it's not as big of a deal as most people make it out to be. It really doesn't.
All right. I think that wraps up.
I think so.
Outside.
Back on track with WWE.
Backlash reviews.
Backlash was good.
And I maybe was a little too critical. right? Last week I said, I have low expectations. I'm not expecting anything. The card stinks. The card delivered.
The card was good. The card didn't stink. And I think we tried to make it clear for that last week, and I apologize if we failed doing so. The stories weren't very enticing.
Right. The
matches on paper were very good matches. And I don't think there was any matches that I would say were bad. I think the worst one was Bobby and Omos, and that was more
closest to being bad, but it's tough.
Omos is still learning. He's a big guy, and it's tough when Bobby is not. You understand what I'm saying when I say this? Bobby's not a big guy. He's a big guy.
Yeah,
he's not a big guy,
man, but he's an athletic wrestler.
Yeah,
a big guy is Omos,
Big Show, Mark Henry, Kane, those.
I think Kane is a athletic guy.
But Kane's 7 feet.
Yeah, but he was still
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he's 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
Right.
Otis.
But that kind of style.
Yeah.
And those stories are a lot better when you have someone who's
also a giant.
Also a giant, or so far the other way, like a Ricochet, a Rey Mysterio, something like that. When you have someone like Bobby who's athletic but fights like a big guy against a guy who's actually a big guy, it's kind of weird. It's just a little awkward.
And it was fine.
It was okay.
We knew what was going to happen. We called it last week. We said this one's for Omos.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. MVP's going
to. I got one wrong. You got two. I think.
Yeah, I think we both missed.
We both missed the main event, and then you missed Edge.
Yeah, but so back on track.
Yeah.
Omos and Bobby Lashley. I'm glad they didn't have him break out of the Hurt Lock.
Even though he kind of did, but they didn't sell it as that. They didn't,
driving Bobby into
but I mean, he was out of it, but they didn't sell it as that.
Yeah.
That's just because he's a big dude. But.
I hope that he doesn't. I hope that this is one of those things now that starts getting recognized as people aren't getting out of the Hurt Lock.
Yeah.
He killed Drew with the Hurt Lock.
Put him to sleep.
They had it
he killed Gage Goldberg.
Yeah. Yeah, he killed Goldberg's son. They had it with Corbin. They blew it.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that they realize they have it with Lashley and keep it going.
Yeah.
Opening match. Let's get right into it.
What opens?
Seth
Cody and Seth. Phenomenal.
It's so much better than the Mania match.
I think the Mania match was still very good, though.
Yeah, but this was
real good.
I think this is match of the year so far. I'd have to go back and look, but this match was incredible.
Okay.
Incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm looking too much into it, but I was reading people talk about it. It's the psychology of this match and the storyline going in was, you had the advantage because I didn't know my opponent.
And now I do.
And then when you watch the match and you realize, wow, Seth countered everything.
Everything.
It was that was good storytelling.
Yeah.
Phenomenal storytelling. Yeah. And then the way he loses is I was so prepared, I was so ready, I got caught by a roll-up. We don't advocate for roll-ups.
No.
Nearly ever. Normally I'm so frustrated, but for the type of match that it was, it played. It played very well.
Yeah. And watching it, hearing that, I didn't think about it like that, and it does make a lot more sense. I was a little upset about the roll-up, because I'm come on. This was a phenomenal match, and you roll them up.
Yeah.
But when you put it like that, it does make a lot of sense.
In that perspective, it's
got it's not like he beat me. It's he got me.
Yeah, he got
more
me.
Than he beat me.
Because if you watch it, Seth dominated.
Seth pretty much dominated that whole match.
Pretty much won the match.
Yeah.
But then lost.
Yeah.
On a roll up.
Yeah.
And it played. My only complaint about this is that it's not over. Not that I don't want to see them go.
Yeah.
Because I can watch these two guys literally, fight forever.
Yeah.
But I don't think that progresses the story because he lost 2. If you win 1, you still lost 2.
You still lost 2.
And you'd be the video game, who got the last win? Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I got the last win. Okay, but you lost 2.
And I also think that Seth, we talked about this last night when we were watching NXT. Seth has been a very unfortunate victim of circumstance as of late, where he's went from the Edge feud to the Kevin Owens best friend thing, which was great.
Yeah.
And then went into Roman, went into basically his whole pre-Mania meltdown, and then Cody. So, he's been in a lot of feuds lately where he can't be the winner.
Yeah.
So, and I know a lot of people are talking about this online, basically, how long can you sell to me that Seth is still a threat if he keeps losing to everyone? And having him lose 3-0 to Cody is tough.
It's impossible. He can't, like...
He's going to.
So, when he loses the third one, he also can't just recover. Like, I know what you said is, if he lost 2, and especially the way he lost...
It's fine.
If he would have won Money in the Bank, I would have still believed it. Now, when he loses 3 in a row, which I'm assuming is going to be Hell in a Cell...
Hell in a Cell, yeah.
You can't.
No.
And maybe he's taking time off. Maybe. But then that's another
that
huge
can't
loss.
happen.
Huge loss.
He cannot be allowed to take time off.
But
no, I don't think he will. He kind of took time off pretty recently. Him and Becky kind of. That wasn't that. It was kind of long ago. Yeah, I guess.
Years.
I guess.
Gotta have
yeah,
parental influence.
Well, I mean, they're probably. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, but if you lose 3 in a row, there's nothing for you.
Yeah, there's
and
tough.
You can't do the broken Seth Rollins again because you did it. Like, that was I'm the Messiah, I'm this, I'm the locker room leader. Then he kept losing and he just went freaked out, took Rey Mysterio's eye. Like,
yeah,
this was the broken gimmick that should have gotten him back to the top. You can't do it again. You can't. So if he loses, he's...
The only way you could redo a similar type of broken gimmick is that you don't go full broken. You have him go more the opposite way, where like it breaks him, but he's not broken, and you have him kind of not go back to like the Architect, but have him go back to like the Kingslayer Seth, where he's like, all right, I need to tap back into that Seth that was winning world titles.
Start like doing the self reflection, like what was I doing differently?
Yeah, like not have him turn face necessarily, but have him kind of turn his way back into, all right, what was that? I was beating Roman, I was beating H, I was beating everyone, I was the Beast Slayer, I was the Kingslayer, I was this, I was that. Need to backtrack into that, like get rid of the stupid suits, like that kind of thing, where it's more of like a backtrack than like a broken.
Yeah, that could work. I just don't know if I trust them to do that.
No. I trust him to do that.
Yeah, he's great, but you know, you work with what you got.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah,
it's just I don't know what you do with him after this.
No, I don't know.
Win or lose, I don't know what you do with him after this.
Well, win. They're gonna have another one.
They can't. They can't have 4.
No.
They cannot have 4.
They cannot.
They can't.
All right.
They can't have 4. Also, Cody's not losing till he loses or beats Roman.
Which, yes, right.
He's not losing till it's a title match, a legitimate title match.
Yeah.
So.
What was the next match? Happy?
No, they were second to last, but we can talk about them quick.
Oh yeah, it was Bobby second, right?
I think it was Bob. So we talked about Bob, and then it was Edge and AJ.
Edge and AJ.
It's better than the first one. Definitely better than the first one.
Still just not what I thought.
I told you exactly what was going to happen. I literally told you what was going to happen.
You did that. And, like, the ending, whatever, predictable, fine, blah, blah, blah. But it's just, like, the match itself. You know, I thought maybe it's just, like, I'm fooling myself for thinking, like, they could give me a match, like, I would, like, Prime Edge versus Prime AJ. Yeah. But, like, he did it with Seth. So I don't know where.
I think this one is a lot more psychology. This match, it was a lot more about targeting the shoulder, targeting that. It looks like they're doing kind of like the Judgment Day versus like the Bullet Club, like a modified Bullet Club,
without calling it that.
Yeah, because what did AJ call his old Bullet Club when he was in WWE? It was with Gallows and Anderson. It was just the club.
Yeah, it was just the.
It was the club, right?
The OG,
something like that, right?
The original club, yeah. Because I have the shirt.
Yeah. So I don't know what they'll end up doing, but I heard. I mean, it's probably true, but I don't know if it's on purpose that either on the Hulu version or the Peacock version of Raw, they cut out the too sweet.
Yeah, they cut it.
Now that could just be wasn't really relevant to the show. You cut it. But who knows? I mean, if it keeps getting cut, then maybe...
They probably got told to stop doing it.
Probably got told to stop doing it. But I don't know. I mean, people have been doing that forever. Like...
Yeah, I mean, it was done with NWO or...
Yeah, I mean, that's not like a Bullet Club exclusive thing. So I don't know, but...
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. But they definitely look like they're putting AJ and Finn at least aligned.
Yeah, with Liv.
I think with Liv, which is kind of a mistake.
As a result of Raw.
Yeah.
And then...
That's going to be a... miserable mixed tag match.
Oh, yeah.
Miserable.
Oh, yeah. 3 of the 6 people I don't care to watch, which is, you know, Priest, Rhea, and...
I think Rhea's good, but
but I don't want to see Rhea and Liv.
I don't want in a mixed tag match. Yeah, it's stinky. Yeah, that's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
It's a lot of moving parts.
Mixed tags never go the way they think.
And now they're going to put an extra guy in.
Yeah. We say it every time, too. It just never goes how they think.
Although, the one on NXT this week was actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good. Yeah. But that's later.
What was after that? The women? No.
The women,
Was there a filler?
It was the women. Because there's only 6 matches.
Yep, true.
The woman was solid. I think it was okay.
It was better than I anticipated, for sure. We knew what the ending was going to be, so it doesn't matter. Like, it was predictable, just how were they going to get there. And how they got there was terrible, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. That finish was the worst part.
Yeah, I didn't think it was very good. My biggest complaint is just with Ronda, and I know it's always going to be with Ronda, but it's like, it actually wasn't even like the match. I thought she did fine. Saying bitch
is not
like an edgy character. It's not a character. Like, that's not a character. Like,
and like, I know I put the tweet out there like, bitch this, bitch that. Like, we get it. We get it. You just don't have to say
like, it's not as edgy as you think it is.
And maybe it would be if the delivery was better.
But you just say it every 2 seconds.
Yeah. And it's like, shut up.
Yeah, it's enough. Also, someone needs to tell her that when you break a kendo stick, you cannot keep using that. That is unbelievably dangerous.
You're just gonna splinter.
You're gonna like actually seriously injure someone like really bad.
Yeah.
So, because those things are sharp.
This is gonna sound like misogynistic, but like the women have such a hard time swinging chairs.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't get it.
It's weird. It is
like,
weird.
They swing everything else
fine. Yeah, some of the chairs.
But the chair, they just don't like.
Yeah, I don't know. Just swing the chair. Hit it with the chair. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it's because they try to pull it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. But just swing the chair.
I think it'll be a good idea to, whatever Ronda's next feud is, because Charlotte's hurt, true or not, whether kayfabe or not, to not be Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
I think that should go to the Raw side.
1,000,000%.
Because.
But who's going to face Bianca in Hell in a Cell?
Asuka and Becky.
A triple threat. Hell in a Cell.
I might be the best match of all time.
It'll be insane. I don't think they'll go there. I think you think they're going to just.
Yeah, I think they will.
After Raw, you think they're going to
go there.
With it?
Yeah. Which I think will be phenomenal.
And then I hope Asuka wins.
Because, I mean, the women deliver in Hell in a Cell. Yeah. They have yet to miss in Hell in a Cell.
Absolutely. And they only put in women they can trust.
100%.
So I don't think
it's only been what? Like Becky, Bayley, Sasha, Charlotte, pretty much? Those are the only ones that have been in the cell?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, wait, was Bianca in last year?
No, I don't think so. Was she?
I don't remember.
I don't remember when it was. I don't think so, though.
But no. So, yeah, they trust the women they put in there. And the
no, wasn't it? No, when was it last year? I don't know, but.
Don't quote us on that. Yeah. But they put in women that deliver.
Yes.
And that's important.
Yep.
And
Charlotte,
sorry. Ronda's next feud, it should be a squash feud.
I don't know who it is.
I don't know
either. I have no idea.
But it should be a squash feud because I don't want them
I don't think it should be a squash feud. Right. I think it should be Raquel. And I think Raquel should lose.
Raquel can lose without it.
But I think you could have her look good.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Or somebody like Raquel.
Yeah. My only issue is Raquel is probably the next legitimate person up on SmackDown.
Yeah, that is a problem.
There's nobody there.
Yeah, because it can't be Shotzi. It can't be Aaliyah.
It could be Shayna. You could do Shayna. But
they're already doing that with it. Oh, it depends on how this tag match goes on Friday.
They could just lose, and then Shayna could just
turn on.
I'm the better fighter.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Whatever the story's there, and at least I feel like I could trust those two to work together.
Yeah, just at least familiarity.
Yeah.
And then Happy and Madcap was fine.
It's good.
It was good. It's good. Result was good.
Yeah.
It was no complaints.
No complaints. Another roll
I don't have a whole lot to say about it. Yeah, it was a roll up. But it was a roll up, but it was more kind of it kind of was.
It was a sunset flip, right?
Basically, yeah. That's not. It's a roll up, but not really. You know,
they're good.
They're solid. They're solid.
Both guys could wrestle. Yeah. Madcap is still a little green.
Change his name.
What is it?
No, they need to.
Oh, yeah.
Get rid of the Madcap.
They just need to go back to Moss or go back to Riddick Moss, what he was before.
I thought Riddick Moss was fine.
Yeah, before
good
Madcap.
Name.
Yeah. He's very talented, very strong.
Yeah, strong guy.
Very athletic. I'm glad Corbin didn't hit another end of days.
Yeah, no. He's probably never again.
Yeah. Deep Six is cool to see.
So
cool. When he hits it, it's
so
just
cool.
The cleanest move in the business.
It's real good.
Yeah, no complaints.
Yeah,
we knew again another match. We knew what was going to happen.
Yeah. That was fine.
But it was fine. Yeah.
The main event was sick.
So it started slow, right?
And the second Randy got in the match, they did not stop for the rest of the match. Yep. It was awesome.
It was as good as advertised.
100%.
You have 6 of your top guys.
Yeah.
You know, whatever you call Jimmy Uso, whatever. He's still part of the best tag team of all time.
Yeah.
Almost.
One of the best tag teams of all time.
They delivered.
Yeah, sick.
And to see the Bloodline go at it and, to my surprise, win was incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. And I know, like, before the show, a report, like a leak got out, like, oh, there's going to be a major upset tonight. I think that might have been the upset. Like, think about it, because everything else was kind of predictable.
Yeah, I guess that had to be the upset.
The upset was probably, like, the people you thought were going to win by pinning an Uso lost.
Yeah.
By Roman, like, hitting a
Riddle.
spear. Yeah. Like, incredible match.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Very, very, very good.
And, like, this again, like, the storytelling in the match was so good. Like, to end up where you get, what was it, Jay in there at the time? Did he take the
bump? It was Jay.
Yeah. That's the late tag at the end for Roman.
Early on, Heyman telling Roman not to get in the ring, tag himself in, tag himself out. We go on my time, like all that stuff. Just really good.
It was good, man. Yeah. It was good. And you got 6 guys that could wrestle, and all 6 of them showed up.
Yeah, all of them showed up, 100%.
Like, there was nobody in that match that I was like, oh, he's head and shoulders better than everybody else.
Yeah, no,
like,
not at all.
It was good to see that when you get the guys that are good, and they have guys that are good, and you let them go, they could go.
Yeah. It's interesting to see, like, we all know everyone loves Randy.
Yeah.
But, like, the crowd is getting really behind Randy right now. Like, really behind Randy. And maybe it was the whole, like, Randy week or whatever it was, but they're pushing hard with Randy.
When we were watching it, something was brought up, and it was kind of accurate. It's like, Randy gets tagged in, and he's just Cena now.
Yeah.
He's just 5 moves, done.
Nah.
No, he is. Think about it. He comes in, he does his 2 clotheslines, he
guess.
does his power slam.
I guess.
He does his DDT, he sets up for an RKO. He either hits it or he doesn't.
Yeah.
And it's fine. It's working. But earlier when we brought up how Randy might be a champion, it's like, can't do that. I mean, Cena did it for years.
But here's the thing about Cena, and I am a well-known Cena disliker.
Yeah.
Cena didn't do that in singles matches.
No, he didn't. You're right.
Cena did it in tag matches because he knew that's what the crowd pops for.
Yeah.
When it was go time for Cena showed up.
Yeah.
And Randy is the same way. When it's go time, Randy's Randy.
Yeah, that's probably true.
So, like, yeah, you know what? He got the pop early on, especially he hadn't been in the match in 20 minutes. Like, he gets the pop, he does his moves, whatever. But, like, even when they got later in the match, Randy's doing Randy stuff, you know? And even when they have regular tag matches, Randy's doing regular Randy.
I mean, even outside the ring, what is Randy, like, throwing to the stairs, body drop onto the table? Like, and it's not bad. It works. It's just like...
No, but even with, like, the Street Prop...
Yeah.
The Street Profits match this Monday was a perfect example. Like, that wasn't just, like, Randy coming in doing the hot tag pop. Like, that was Randy wrestling. Like...
Yeah, it was just something that I've kind of been noticing. And, like, when you bring it up, you're like, oh... He does do that.
He does it a certain. But the thing is, he knows when to and when not to.
What are you gonna do? It's 6-man tag. You get one
6-man tag. He gets in late. He's gonna do his spots. Yeah. So I mean, I don't think that's an issue.
Yeah.
If it continues to be a thing that happens more and more often, then I think it becomes a little more of a problem.
And you're also probably right that it's a tag match. Like,
it's a 6-man
when
tag
he goes
match.
On his own, he's probably
he hasn't been in it 15 minutes. When they have regular tag matches, he doesn't do it.
Yeah.
So.
Overall rankings. What do you give it?
I think it's like an 8.
Yeah.
I thought 8 is fair.
All things considered, it was very good.
Yeah.
I would rewatch this pay-per-view.
100%.
Which is a good marker for WWE right now.
Yeah, I've rewatched
there's not a lot of ones I'm going back to watch.
It's true. Very true.
Anything else?
Just brief NXT talk?
Yeah, let's talk NXT.
Women's breakout tournament
started. This was the episode of women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had 5 women's matches.
I got one complaint.
Sure.
And we spoke about it yesterday.
Okay.
Nikita Lyons and Lash Legend should not be in
it's
the
not
tournament.
Just them.
No.
Nikita Lyons shouldn't.
Yeah.
Tatum Paxley shouldn't.
Yeah. Well, Tatum Paxley's a little different.
Phelan Headley shouldn't.
Again, it's a little different, right? I know that she's
been on weekly TV for 2 months.
Right. But she hasn't really wrestled.
Okay.
So, like, that's the only difference. But
Nikita Lyons and Lash Legends definitely should not.
You're not breaking out. You just had a tag match on a pay-per-view.
Yeah, that's true.
Lash Legend, you were just tagging with Natalya.
Yeah.
Nikita Lyons was just tagging with the women who main evented. You're not breaking out.
Yeah.
You're established. And maybe they don't have people, right? Maybe they don't have the people to fill that slot.
I'm sure they do.
Even still, use the feud they're already existing in and call the match. Like, get them to lose.
Well, yeah.
Like, that girl Ariana could have moved on. Like, I don't know. She was fine. It was. I
thought she was good. Yeah.
But now we probably won't see her again.
Probably not ever.
Yeah.
Probably.
So I don't know. That's my only complaint.
Yeah. No, it's fair. But I mean, we say ever, but pretty much everyone in the breakout tournament
has
done something
run.
on TV.
At least
other than
is on TV.
Odyssey, who's hurt.
Yeah.
Everyone else is pretty much on weekly television, right?
And he was on TV.
He was on TV. Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's a complaint. My biggest complaint from the show. It's a good episode. If you have time, definitely catch like the Hulu or the Peacock version. Watch it through. Weird little descent with the Diamond Mine. The Ivy Nile promos were bizarre.
I think that with all the talk of Roddy asking for his release and them like, no, we're not going to grant it, they might try to like isolate him soon.
You
think?
Like
if he keeps doing this where I want my contract bought out, I want to get like or leave or whatever, it's like at least he's already detached from
maybe. But other than that, pretty good episode. The mixed tag match on that show was actually pretty good. Mm-hmm. It was actually decent. Andre Chase is good. Grayson Waller's very good.
Yeah. What a good pairing, by the way.
Yeah.
Great pairing.
Yeah.
Like, that has some legs. Mm-hmm. You get Grayson Waller and Tiffany Stratton.
That's good.
That's good. That works.
Even, like, it's weird. Like, Saray and Andre Chase work, too, because, like, it's like this weird, like, gimmicks, Island of Misfit toy. Yeah, they're so gimmicky that it's kind of funny.
Right.
Yeah. And it's not the same type of pairing, but it's definitely, like, cool,
it's
funny.
It's actually the exact opposite. Like, you got two people that shouldn't work together at all, like, meshing together. Yeah. And two people that probably, based on their characters, fit perfect.
Fit perfectly.
Like, absolute perfect.
But then we complained about it as soon as it happened. Mm-hmm. You cannot have Natalya hug Cora Jade at the end of the show. You cannot do it.
Just undo everything you did for 3 weeks.
Do it.
Just undo everything. Actually, more. Whatever it was.
So bad.
4 weeks,
it's been like a
month
month.
Now?
It's been like a month.
Undo all of it because the point wasn't that they were feuding and like it was a respect match.
No,
like,
it wasn't.
Let's get your legs under you. Like, let's establish you as a wrestler. No, it was, you think it's your time. It's not. It's still my time. No. So when you just prove that it's still your time and all the bad blood and the slapping her in the face and the tag match to get there, jumping her after matches, you don't just, oh, come here, I love you so much. Yeah. No, it's BS. Yeah. Terrible book, terrible writing. And if you're going to do
and if it's real, behind the curtain.
I was about to say, if you're going to do it,
behind the curtain.
And if you're doing it for the fans even, right? You want to do it in the ring, cut the freaking camera. Cut the freaking camera. Nobody should be seeing
Here's the thing, though. Don't do it for the fans. Just don't do it for the fans.
Agree. 100% agree. But if you're so inclined to be in the ring,
you better make sure that camera's off. You better make sure that camera's off.
Ridiculous.
Yeah,
I mean,
very not.
It actually like soured the match for me.
Because it was a good match. It was good.
It just undid the whole feud. Yeah. Because now the feud is entirely different.
Yep, it's dead. Yeah.
You can never revisit that.
No.
Never.
No, it's over.
You can't mention it. You can't talk about bad blood.
Yep.
You can't be like, oh, she earned her respect. No, because it wasn't that kind of match.
No,
it wasn't. I'm the top dog, and you're trying to like earn your stripes.
That wasn't what
kind
it was.
of thing.
Yeah.
It was literally,
I'm better
you're
than
not
you.
ready.
Yeah.
I'm better than you. I'm slapping you in the face. I'm disrespecting you. I'm ruining all your other matches and promos and events. Like, hello, like. And they do it often.
They do it often.
They do this thing all the time where they just unravel their own feud, and I can't imagine people back there are happy. No. Like, I can't imagine this was like, oh, after the match, hug her.
Yeah.
Like, I just can't imagine.
I can't
because
see how that would make
sense.
sense.
There's no way a writer, the most, like, basic writer, the most juvenile writer could take that story and think that is the finish.
Yeah.
You just couldn't.
No,
you couldn't.
It's not possible.
Couldn't convince me.
It's horrible. So,
but it's whatever.
Other than that, it's a good show.
Yeah, good show. Believe it or not.
Other than that one thing, good show. Good show.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I got.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Cool.
All right, guys, thanks for hanging out.
Yeah. Like and subscribe down below once again. Comment. Let us know your thoughts on WrestleMania Backlash 2022.
Which they need to drop. It's just Backlash.
Just call it Backlash.
Just call it Backlash.
Yeah, but then you get the WrestleMania searches on YouTube and that pops out. You know, the Google hits. They're smart. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But like, subscribe, like I said. We got the socials in the description. Instagram and Twitter at @resthold_pod. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your media, we're there.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yes. We'll be back next week.
Coming at you live.
With hopefully some exciting news.
Same time.
Some feuds moving into Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, this is going to be a big payoff for us to see what happens because you're going into Hell in a Cell, which is going to be 3 weeks.
Yeah, and we don't, unfortunately, we record before SmackDown, so we don't really know what's going on over there. So we'll hopefully have some more insight next week.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right.
Peace.